Alright, the stream's up, G. It's on YouTube.
However, it's not even close to as fast as the MP7, which has a rate of fire of 968 rounds per minute. What this means is, generally speaking, the
King
MP7 is
Wolfrider.
forgiving for hitting shots like this. However, I would say with both of these, they're both quite forgiving.
Yeah, no special.
Having pretty high fire.
Alright, now I gotta just set up my team. I
Second,
have to delete this.
insert factory armor into the equation. The MP5 has a DPS value of 472, and the MP7 isn't quite as good, but it's 33. Now, the reason the DPS value is lower with the MP7, even though it has a faster rate of fire, is it's generally going to take you one more shot to kill than the MP5 at most ranges. But this brings us into our time to kill value, and our standard time to kill, assuming there's no armor involved, this is just a flat 100 health, and this is also within the maximum damage range, so this is up close. With the MP5, our time to kill in this situation is 144 milliseconds, which is ridiculously fast for this game. And the MP7 is noticeably slower at 186 milliseconds, but this value is still incredibly fast compared to most of the other classes of weapon in the game, like assault rifles, for instance. Now, taking this one step further, when we include armor into the equation, assuming the enemy has 3 armor plates on, our time to kill value with the MP5 is 504 milliseconds, whereas with the MP7, it's 558 milliseconds. So again, the MP7 is a little bit slower, but not else is equal. The MP5 is generally going to win here. But that doesn't paint the whole picture here. Another really important thing to look at is going to be our range values. And as you can see here, the MP5 is just straight up better. Not only does it kill in barrel attachments to use on these just to see what the potential is in a realistic situation. With the MP5, I always use the monolithic integral suppressor because this gives us a nice range boost, actually a better range boost than the standard monolithic suppressor, so you're better off running this barrel instead. But this gives us a boost of 12.5% to our ranges, whereas the FSS strike barrel on the MP7, this boosts our range values by 20%. So we do get a better boost there, but still we're getting better range values with the MP5. And what this means is, up until this point, it's not looking too good for the MP7. The MP5 is simply superior in basically every area we've looked at so far. But let's move on to a few other stats. Our aim down cycle much the same, but the MP7 does gain a slight edge here. It moves just 1% faster. Then we have magazine capacity, and this is where the MP7 really has the advantage, especially for Warzone. If you
With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
A clash of two of the more fervent fan bases around. The Cowboys and the Raiders are underway. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Smith. It'll go as a loss of 3 right away, and it's second down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
And that'll set him back 5.
Yeah, baby. Boom. Come on, set. Come on.
After the penalty, it's Smith. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Out of the gun here, it's Cunningham. He's going to rifle one deep left side. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Demarius Randall. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. They'll run on first down. Dickerson, and he's going to get this one down inside the 15. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
Let's go, defense. Hey, here we go.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it 1st and goal.
They were not fooling around at all, were they? 2nd and short, and they brought out the heavy package. Almost felt like the super heavy package against that defense, didn't it?
Yeah, I don't think they expected that much beef up front, and it turned into an easy first down conversion. They'll run now with Okoye, and he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. A 6-yard touchdown run as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Zane Gonzalez on for the extra point. And that makes it 7-zip Oakland. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 to score as they start 1st and 10. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Now Emmett. And he'll take it forward for about 5 up to the 28-yard line.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
On third down, Cunningham. And he finds a man. It's Olsen. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. It's a gain of 16 and the Dallas first down.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What do the guys in the locker room call him?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him Old Reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to, but he still knows all the tricks, doesn't he? Even that little gentle push-off in order to get open, he finds a way to pick up a first down.
11 yards and a Cowboy first down. All right, Charles, quick Emmitt Smith story. You've heard of the Madden video game, right?
I have heard of the Madden video game, well, no doubt about it.
The legend goes that Coach Madden said players used to come up to him all the time and complain that their ratings were too low. The only person, though, that came up and said, hey, mine's too high, Emmitt Smith.
You're kidding.
How can you rate Emmitt Smith too high? That's the question.
Boy, talk about humble. That's taking modesty to a new level.
On second down, it's Smith. Oh, it's out. Smith lost it. And the Raiders pick it up. And they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. Didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
A first down run, good for about 3. 2nd and 7 coming up. Jadeveon Clowney there on the stop.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. And to give this time to the tailback. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. On 2nd down, this is Jackson. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. 24 yards. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. Gonzalez good on the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now Cunningham. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-round pick, Demarius Randall. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The corner blitz worked to perfection there for Deion Sanders.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things has gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. They'll run with Allen. Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. If they can't come up with something here, they're looking at a quick 3 and out.
Well, guess what? You get the ball in the hands of your best player to his favorite play and try and salvage something out of this drive. Now, of course, if you're on the defensive side of the ball, you're thinking the exact same thing. So they better provide him some help on this one.
He's going to sling this deep downfield, and it's knocked away and incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
On is the Hall of Famer Ray Guy to punt this away on 4th down. 49-yard punt, 5 on the return. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still 2nd quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. The Cowboys on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. He's going to fire one deep. Middle of... Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Coming up at halftime in a little less than 2 minutes, we'll send you to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman is standing by. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Now it's Smith, and the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. First and 2nd down were a disaster. Both went backwards. Now it's 3rd and 18. They need something big. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Demarius Randall. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Check. Watch 54. Watch 54.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Sliding out of the pocket. That's complete to his tight end, Waller. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. 23 yards, the final tally.
Ready, set. Hey, Charlie. We own it. We own it. Hey, watch that. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Hey, we got to get this stop here, D. Right there. 54. Right there. 54. Mike.
He'll look to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Ryan Shazier. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. They've got a pretty comfortable lead right now, but maybe a little too careless with the football that time for the rookie.
I think the key word there is comfortable. And there's 2 schools of thought on it. With that type of a lead, maybe you can take a few more chances because you have a cushion. Others will tell you, don't eat up the cushion with careless play. He'll learn to ride that line as he moves on in his career.
They'll run it here with Smith. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, because they bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, Your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
So on 4th down, Jason Garrett sends in his field goal unit. From the right hash, just a 34-yard attempt. And his kick is right there. It's good. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they...
And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And the ball backed way up. So thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Ryan Shazier. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will. I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by the former first-round pick, Demarius Randall. And he takes this one back into the...
Did I just see what I thought I saw? Did I just see what I thought? That had to be. Come on, say it for me. Say it for me. Who picked up that pass?
Some free safety.
Oh, you got to have those great skills back there. Eyes, anticipation, great hands. And, of course, how about the fluid moves afterwards to take it all the way to the house?
Sounds like you're watching your old game film up here in your head.
Yeah, that's the dream I had of being that player. I just never was.
The Raiders with the lead already, and they will get the football here as the second half is now underway. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively.
40's mine. Hey, time. 40's mine. I'm here all day.
2nd and 11. And it's hauled in by Jared Cook. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
Come on, set. 60 outlaw. I can't believe they even let you play.
On first down, Dickerson. And he's got this one across midfield into Cowboy territory. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
He hadn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. On 2nd down now, it's Jackson, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. The 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
10-2, sir. Not today. Yep. Hey, Foxtrot. 40's mine. Let's go.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there. That brings up 4th. And they're going to at least line up to go for it here on 4th down.
We got this. Hey, Delta. My 50. It's going to be a long day. Ready?
Back to throw. And he coughed it up. And it's picked up by the Cowboys. And his guys are going to take over He made the catch, then he turned into a runner, took the contact, and coughed it up.
And all I remember as a player, when they catch the ball, when those acrobatic guys catch it, you have to make them pay sometimes. You have to put it on them, big tackle, knock the ball free. Anything you can do to slow them down.
And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
Again, it's Smith. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 3.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Now Cunningham, and he's got a man. It's T.O. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the first. A first down carry for Smith. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Ted Hendricks making his presence felt.
And we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down. Went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. And now here is another interception. Picked off by the Hall of Famer Willie Brown. And the return will stop right around the 25. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran the wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll keep it on the ground. Dickerson. This will go for 5 up to the 33.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point. Going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Ready? 90, Wolf. Gone.
Let's put them on the buses. Let's put that team on the bus.
5.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Man open, Rice. Past the 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. Jerry Rice, 67 yards. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. Great corner route there. Not only able to catch it, turn it upfield, and get into the end zone.
It usually involves a little bit of an extra move, doesn't it? You got to get them thinking that you're moving to the middle of the field and you're breaking away to that corner. Boy, that was well executed.
Gonzalez now to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Here's Cunningham. And the Raiders have got him.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. The Cowboys on third down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 14. He sets to fire deep. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by the longtime Raider, Willie Brown. What a nightmarish game he's having now. 6 interceptions that he has thrown.
Absolutely unbelievable, isn't it? Hard to believe we're watching this and have seen it, but it just tells you about the game of football. It giveth and it taketh away.
Yeah, the guys, though, that have thrown 6 interceptions in a game, the likes of Peyton Manning, Brett Favre, I think Joe Namath, he did it 3 times.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
They'll keep it on the ground. Dickerson, and he'll take this one up to about the 13. That's going to be a 6-yard gain. It leaves him with 3rd down and just a yard to go.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
On 3rd down, Dickerson. And brought down, but not before reaching the 25. That one good for 13 and a Raider 1st down. Well, that looked like an example of what you said back in the first half. A running back of his size can really wear down a defense. I think he's starting to do that.
I think you're exactly right. And know what else he's doing? He's inspiring the rest of his team because they see this starting to happen as well. So that means they're going to redouble their efforts to help him out. Extra blocking, getting downfield, helping him out.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Defensive end DeMarcus Lawrence applied the heat.
Brandon, that's just football 101. If you're out of the pocket, you've got to get rid of the football in this situation. You cannot take a sack in a 2-minute drill.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. They'll set up a throw. Man open, it's Moss complete. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 40. Another big
has been a problem all game long. And I would say that going along with that has been confidence. Because even if they had the right coverage, they've still dented them. And now it's been a real issue for them during this game. That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead, positive game. Just keep that clock ticking.
Mike 54. Mike 54. Ready.
On 2nd down, Dickerson. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Give him a 1st down, 15 yards that time for the Raiders. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. Dickerson. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
Here's a 2nd and 7. He lets this one fly toward the back. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Pat Tillman. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's a guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Quarterback, don't get nervous now.
To throw again, Cunningham. And now here's another interception. Picked off by Ryan Shazier.
General West.
At the 31-yard line.
Heavy on the edges. Five.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
You better be ready next time.
So this one, a victory for the Oakland Raiders. And you've got to say, CD, it was the defense who had a big part in the W.
No, without question. When you force 4 turnovers, you get to enjoy the spoils of victory, don't you?